So quick video how to install a water filter on a Samsung refrigerator stroke freezer. You know, the one where it sends the chilled water out and of course it makes ice cubes, etc. So of course here's the situation. So it's already been delivered. The delivery men were unable to connect it because of course they're not plumbers. So we've turned the water off, as you can see, and the tap is really loose. Of course we're not here to fix that. So we've got all the bits here ready to go. This is what they call a isolating valve. It is a baller fix, and the fitting they've sent of course won't go on it. So what we need to do is put a washing machine tap on. We have one here, okay, blue for cold water, and of course that just screws on, as you're going to see here, with a washer. Not too tight, don't do it too tight, otherwise you'll have an issue or a problem. So this pipe of course goes in to the top there. You undo the nut and push it in and make sure it's in. And these this is the filter that they want putting on. I thought it was damaged at the end, but it's not. It's just they're blanking. Those black things are blanks, and they just come out. All right. So this is a non-return valve, which I've not seen them put on before, but it is a water regulation. You can see the arrow on there. We'll just push that behind. It's another thing we don't need. And of course there's that washer that they've sent. So the water's off. There's a little bit in there. We've opened it up with our towel. We're just going to make sure that you can see it's not on at all, the water. That tap's open. It's just what's in this little bit of a leg, they call it. I was going to open it up a bit more, and of course there she blows, and then it stops, and then we can work on it without getting wet. So that towel's just taking up the moisture, the wetness. Camera, I haven't got three hands, so we've undone the nut, and there's our new valve. On this occasion, the nut and olive, it fits okay, no problem or issue. We're not going to get a leak. Sometimes if it's a different fitting, it'll be on pushed in too much or too little, and you'll have an issue. You've got to take the whole thing off. So here we are, just tightening it up, and it's not a very good picture that, but you get the idea. Right, time to test it. So we're going to turn the water on. I have left all the taps on in the house. The reason why I do this is there is a leak. You've not got 100% worth of pressure on that fitting. So I'm just going to turn this off now. Have a quick investigation. Looks all good to me. And we're going to go upstairs and turn these taps off, and then go back down and check our fitting we've just done to make sure there's no leak or problem. As you can see, there's colour of the water here. There's just a bit of discoloration. I think what this is when you've turned the water off on the stop tap, there's bacteria growth or bits of, I don't know what it is, bits of rubbish, and you do get this after sometimes you turning the water off. So there's nothing to worry about. It'll just clear away if you run the tap. So we're here now inspecting it, and no, it's not leaking, but we'll just give it another minute or two. But it's absolutely fine. Just run the tap, see if there's any more cruddy, horrible stuff in there, get rid of any airlocks, and yeah, we're all okay. So this is real life. This is Plumber on the job. Where we're going to put our filter. After discussing it with the customer, do we put it on the top, do we put it at the back where it'll make the whole fridge freezer stick out? They do send some brackets that you could secure it to the wall. Why there's not a cutout or a place for this to go on the back of the fridge freezer, I've really no idea. So basically you pull these ends out here, these cap ends, to stop bits of muck, I must imagine, during transportation getting in, and you just pull them out. As you can see, it's come out, and the pipe will push in with a bit of, you know, lubrication, so gold grease. Okay, so you can see it's in, and then they've got this little plastic locking clip that we put on. You can't see on video, you can see it's on now. So of course we've done one of these fittings where it's nice and easy to do. There's no point struggling behind the freezer, is there? And you can see it's nice and solid, and we've got the other end to do here, and that's still got the cap ending. So we're going to make it easy for ourselves. We're going to connect that up there, and the customer wants it taping on because it does need to be replaced every 3 or 6 months depending on the usage, and they don't want the fridge freezer sticking out, and you can't see it on the top, so I mean, why not? So we are removing this, look, the red plastic thing, and then pulling out the cap to get it, you know, to fit on now. So we just, yeah, it just shoves in there, as you can see. And here is the red locking clip, as you can see from the other side. Push it in, red locking clip later. They are, as you can see, that's what they've sent. Stick it on the wall and make your fridge freezer stick about 1 inch out. Of course, we don't want that. Could you push it under the fridge freezer? As you can see, there's no room at the top left-hand side. So you have to have a chat with the customer. It's up to there. There is a flow, and you can see inlet and outlet. Obviously, the inlet's coming from our pipe that we've just done, and the outlet's going to the actual fridge. So, of course, it looks nice and rough behind here, but remember, it's being pushed back, and the thing that we'll worry about is every time you change that filter, you do have to chop a bit of the pipe off, so it gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and they don't show you that in the instructions. Okay, so here we are at the final connection, if you like. So we've pushed that on there, and of course this just nice and gently just pushes on. And of course it's like a nut and an olive is that nut, and whatever you do, don't over tighten these things. So I'm just going to tighten it up a little bit, so that's like 70% tight, because I've got to now put this onto the washing machine tap. Okay, so you know, it needs to move as well, so we'll do the final crimp or connection later, as you can see. And don't forget our black washer that they've sent. I'd have put a fibre one in, but that's what they've sent. So of course it's just gonna, it's fell out, look. So remember, we're doing all this hand tight. We're not going, you know, in with the grips. So we're now sticking this on, you can't quite see, and we're hand tightening it. As I tighten the bottom nut, the top one is moving. Okay, that's why I've not tightened up the top one first. Okay, so we're gonna secure the bottom one first, okay, with the grips is the plan, and then the one on the top, the little one, we'll just give it a little bit of a crimp, turn it on and test it. So that is the plan. As you can see, it's loose, it's on, it's just loosey, and it gives me lots back and forth, gives us plenty of flexibility. So I'm just going to crimp this on now, well, tighten it up. You can hear the fan there of the freezer. Anyway, we're going to turn it on now and test it. There is no problems or issues, but we're just having a quick look round. You turn it on and you test it, and just give it 5 minutes, you know, have a cup of tea or something or whatever. We're just going to push it back. You won't see any of this from that time. Just giving it a bit more of a nip, not much. You can see it's all nice and tight, nothing's leaking at all. So everything's computerized, and I just sometimes don't have the patience. Anyway, it's bleeping and doing whatever. Do get it to it. All you have to do is push that thing at the back. Now it is airlocked, okay, so it's going to take a bit of time to get rid of the air, and it's about 1.5 minutes, so we're going to cut the video because it's boring. So it took some time, so I'll be patient. So that's it, that's the finished product. You can't see the thing on the top like we were saying, perhaps unless you're 7 foot, but we can't see it. Just give it a quick open. So of course here's the ice box and all the thing on the left hand side. No idea, never seen one before. It's definitely American sort of thing. Must use a hell of a lot of power. Glad I've not got one. So that's the end of the video. Hopefully that's helped you if you want to do your own. So please give us a like, subscribe, comments, good or bad. I'm sure there'll be plenty of bad ones. We'll see. Okay, cheers. We're just checking this now. Make sure there's no crud in it. Thanks for watching.